Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, for almost over 25 years, I dealt with trying to be the good guy, trying to be the thing that my mom said the women wanted. To be a good guy and do for them, and do this and do that. And a friend of mine, he was telling me that, back when we were teenagers, don't do that shit for these women. They don't appreciate that. When you do nice shit for them, they treat you like shit. I spent 5 years of my life basically chasing after this woman, being a father to her son, and that's about it. I spent about, probably, I ain't gonna say 5 years, I say about 3-4 years. Because that kid didn't even recognize me as his father. When he got older, when I left the picture for good, she put him back on his father. So his dad basically had 3 or 4 years without his son. He was able to run the street and do whatever the hell he wanted to do and be wherever he wanted to be. And I was the dumbass taking care of his child. No reward, no anything. This is why black women should shut the hell up when these boys are figuring out life on their own when they don't have their fathers around. Now, I had uncles, and my mother never sat down and said, "Hey, such and such, come and talk to your nephew. He needs a man's hand. His dad's sick. His dad can't really, explain to him how to be men." She was so busy trying to coach me into being a simp that it went on for years. And when the shit kind of backfired on her, she felt like later on when I was taking care of my mother, she felt like later on, like I was putting women above her or whatever. It backfired on her. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, I mean, look at us. Look at black people today. Look at us. We are in such a bad state. We don't know what to do. We truly don't. As black men, we are little boys. We're cowards. We just want a lot of men, like a lot of the guys that I know, want to lay down and have baby after baby with different women, and these women become impregnated by the same men. And it's funny because I was talking to a friend of mine one day. This one guy, we all grew up around. This guy I think got like 22 kids. And I think about 20 or 19 different women. And that's funny because it's funny, but it's sad at the same time because, this guy's kids has to know each other. If not, they're going to run around and screw each other. And the funny thing is, a lot of these people in this town is not too big where I live at. And it's a lot of people who got cousins who got babies with 4 or 5 different women, or 6 different women, or 10 different women, and the other cousin got 20 kids by one woman. Different women by different women. So you have these. You got these giant accidents waiting to happen, and all this shit exploded back in the 80s. So the 70s, the 60s and 70s generation, their children were the results of the women's march movement. The women's lib bullshit. You know, Gloria Steinem did her fucking work. She was an agent. If you don't believe me, you can look it up on YouTube. She's speaking on YouTube and she says that she was employed by the government to break up the black family, because the black family was the FBI and the CIA, they were scared. The alphabet soups, they were frightened. They were scared. And they didn't want to see black people together. So they put a monkey wrench in it. And when they put that monkey wrench in the works, it clogged up the machine. And this is how these people get down. They've always gotten down like this. So, the truth is the truth. And when people can't, realize the truth, it becomes a problem. And as black people, we haven't really sat down and really said this is wrong. We have kept this dysfunction going in our communities. The mothers kept it going by letting their sons be pampered to be little bitches. So they run around in their feelings. And that's another thing. These feelings, these soft batch cookie feelings that these black men have is dangerous. It really is. It's pussy mentality at its worst. And what I mean about that is, these guys walk around like females. Like I told you about the one kid that he was at the gas station rolling his neck and snapping his fingers, and I don't give a fuck. That bitch, I go out get some new pussy. I don't care. I don't even fuck the bitch no more. He sound like, if you were to heard him, he sound like a fucking female. Me and him was talking, and the more I listened to him, the more I said, oh my God, he sounds like a woman. He needs help. He needs a man that's like, Jesus Christ. It was just so bad. This dude is just fucking feminine. He if you listen to him, he sounds like a woman. I don't need no fucking woman. All I'm doing is living off the bitch. Oh, I said, wow. I said, man, I couldn't even tell him nothing. I couldn't sit there and be a man to him and say, get a fucking job and be a man. You don't have to worry about living with her. He felt like, if he stayed with her, she wouldn't put child support on him. Well, pal, if you grow up and you get yourself a job and stop trying to hustle a little bit of whatever you're trying to hustle, you can take care of your children and stop thinking about having sex with other women and impregnating them. That was another thing that he spoke on, was going out and finding another girl and getting her pregnant so he could live off of her. Dude, you carve yourself a bigger ditch. You're digging a bigger ditch for yourself. Because as soon as you do that, she's gonna get upset. She's gonna go and put child support on you. She's gonna run to the man like they always do. See, this is the thing. This is the trap. This is why we have mass incarceration. This is another reason. And you don't understand. This is why things move the way they move. We live in La La Land. And we don't see the traps ahead, but we know about them, but we don't care until it happens. See, and then another thing with black people, especially black men, we think that jail christens our manhood. You ain't a real man till you went to jail. And a lot of men, we wear that badge with honor. I'm assuming that we wear that. Yeah, we wear that badge with mad honor. I've been to jail and I've did time, and no one has taken my manhood and this and that, and oh man, I fought 10 motherfuckers off of me, and this is the shit. And I was chilling in jail taking asses and no names. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. But that's how these motherfuckers, that's how they think, man. They really think that being a man is you have to do jail time. Oh, boy. All right, listen. I only got a little bit of time, so I'm going to try to cut this thing short. Yeah. So... what equals up at the end is this. We live in the world that they've created for us. Is there a way out? There's always have been a way out. And the way out is we're starting to see a light, a small little flicker at the end of the tunnel. And I see a lot of black people running towards that. With this... I love the fact that we have this ADOS movement going on, and that's a beautiful thing. But that's just a portion of what we need to be doing. And I'm starting to see that black women are starting to trust black men again enough to let us lead. Real black men lead. Because the neighborhoods, like I said, has been our whole community has been in shambles for years. If you go to any black neighborhood across America, it looks like a war zone. Abandoned houses just being broken down and busted down, and these people aren't trying to rebuild in the community. And when we get people who rebuild in the community, they don't look like us. And what it's doing is pushing us out of the community. I know I was watching something the other day, and I see more Spanish folks buying houses in the community. I see the Jewish people ain't buying no more houses in the community. And if they are buying houses in the community, they're tearing it down and they're making it impossible for us to live in it. They're trying to make zones where black people can't live there. There's good black people in the city who just want to be peaceful. We just want to, like anybody else, we just want to live. We want to have a quiet peace where we don't have guns in the street. Our kids can play and they can enjoy themselves. I remember as a kid, we used to run up and down the streets, ride our bikes or whatever. We didn't have to worry about somebody trying to shoot us and do all crazy shit to us. But now we do, because a lot of this stuff comes from the inside and some of it comes from the outside too. And it's a mess. It's really bad. But, like I said, thanks to Tone Talks and Yvette Carnell for the ADOS coming through on us, because I've been listening to these guys for a couple years now. And probably about 3 years I've been listening to Yvette Carnell. And I found her to be very vocal. And I never heard of ADOS until she starts talking about it. Now, and I've always liked it. I always say, America descendants of slaves. I was like, yeah, that's right. We need to get reparations. We need to be, like she said, we need to be made whole. And honestly, yeah, we do need to be made whole. And I agree with that, and I'll walk to the ends of the earth on that one. So I'm down for that. And now you hear like people, like I said, like Tariq and Professor Black Truth and the Black Authority. These guys right here, these are the guys I listen to, and they're kicking out that same same talk, and that's good. And I see a lot of women are following behind these guys, as well as, Yvette. They're following behind her because these are the people who are moving the needle for us. And the funny thing about it, these are individuals. They're just a part of the splinter cell. That's all I can say. There's a splinter cell because there's people like me who's talking about things like that, and there's other people out there on YouTube talking about it. So it's moving, and not only is it moving, like I said, it's putting black women to a place to say, hey, I think we need to listen, and we need to have a seat, and have several seats, and sit back and let the men drive. And that's probably about time, because we as men, we need to be at the wheel, because if we're going to be your protection, we have to lead as well, and you have to follow. All right, so as a battle blast, I'm gonna get up out of here because my phone's dying, and I really wanted to go deeper, but my like I said, this phone took a shit earlier, so hopefully everything is okay now, but I just got to plug it back up. All right, guys, this is the battle blast. I'm out. Peace.